and I'd like to still think after 42 years of work, for me, it's always about glass half full. It's always about seeing the best in people, the best in a situation. And I think if that's the approach we take to life, we'll be a long way ahead of where those that don't adopt that similar approach. Hi, Andrew Crisp, Emergency Management Commissioner. Well, it's great to join you. Unfortunately, I can't do it physically, or you can't get together physically as you normally would for this particular summit. And for me, I've been asked to speak about young people, about optimism, and about the future. And I guess my starting position in relation to that, I think the world's in really, really good hands at the moment. I am so impressed by the young people that I come into contact with, that I listen to, that I see on the television. I think it's a very active generation at the moment that's prepared to stand up for what they believe in, and we've seen incredible examples with regards to climate change, with school children taking to the streets, and we should listen to that. And I reflect on when I was at the same age, and I'll say, I was pretty selfish. It was all about me. I wanted to play sport. I wanted to catch up with my mates. I really didn't take too much interest in social causes and the things that have generated a lot more interest for me as I've got older. So I think young people have got a bad rap by some people up to this point in time. So I just want to say, I think you're doing an absolutely amazing job. And we know that there are young people that come from different backgrounds, that they come from troubled times and challenging backgrounds, and that doesn't matter whether you're a refugee from migrant community or from other communities. We all face our challenges. I recall myself. I came to Australia when I was 12 years old from England, and I absolutely hated it. Hated it so much that I remember one day I was walking to school. We were living up in Newcastle in New South Wales. That I actually I threw myself into a drain, and so I became wet, and I had to go home and say, well, I can't go to school now. It got to a point where my parents were seriously thinking about sending me back to England to live with my grandparents. But it's about persevering. As I said, we all have tough times in our lives, and we've got to get over that. And as young people, I know you're absorbing from so many people, so many pieces of information. And I guess it's that thing for me about, and I'd like to still think after 42 years of work, for me, it's always about glass half full. It's always about seeing the best in people, the best in a situation. And I think if that's the approach we take to life, we'll be a long way ahead of where those that don't adopt that similar approach. For me, it's always also been about keeping your options open. You might have a plan in relation to where you're going with school or a course after school. In my career, my police career, it was always about, I thought I'd go down that particular path, but invariably another opportunity came up and I took it. And 99% of the time it worked out in my favour. So I guess, for me, it's about always keep your options open. Don't shut down anything. Just think it through. And sometimes it'll be your gut that will tell you that. It doesn't matter. You might have many, many years of experience, but in yourself, you'll know what the right thing to do is. Look, I could talk for a long time on this, but I will leave it there. But I certainly look forward to, and I hope I get an invitation next year where we can actually come together physically. But as I said, just stay positive. I know we're living and studying and working in this COVID environment at the moment. I know it's become a cliche, but we'll get through this together. But it is important that you look after yourselves, you look after each other. Today is Are You OK Day. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It certainly doesn't hurt to ask a mate, ask a friend, are you okay? So thank you, take care.